Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my Let's Play of my latest game, Kameo Elements of Power. This game was released way back towards the launch date of the Xbox 360, made by, well, Rare, as you can see here. It was recently re-released on the Rare Replay Pack for the Xbox One. Curse those Microsoft BASD. But getting back to the game, it's actually a rather fun game. Though, yeah, I guess it could be a bit collectathon heavy. Not nearly as bad as some previous Rare games like Donkey Kong 64 for starters. Personally, I like it. And as soon as I get off the title screen here, I can move on. Any minute now. Okay, there we are. So yeah, there's a there's a bit to this game. What I might show off later, I'm still on the fence on that. Ignore those files. Those were some of my previous attempts at recording the game that went so far south, you probably hit Let's Play Mexico. Anyway. See, the name of this little game, because I'm so fed up of retrying this thing over and over, is Progress! As you can clearly see. It needs exclamation marks. So yeah. Let's get this started, shall we? And you love the loading screens for this one, because they really do help the backstory of this game.
High among the clouds, Kameo was bestowed with a fabled transformation magic. But her sister's jealousy released a dark shadow from our pasts, rekindling an ancient conflict between the trolls and the elves. With her family held prisoner, Kameo is their only hope.
And clutch.
Listen well, Kameo. Your power lets you
Yeah, I'm skipping. For the most part, I'm skipping the tutorials here, stuff here, because, aside from it being self-explanatory, here's the thing. The face buttons A, X, Y, and B, they're all for transformations, with the A being the not only returning to Kameo's form, but also to interact with things. More on that later. Right now we're Chilla, and I'm looking down here despite the fact that there's actually nothing here. So let's move on. For the commands, you've got oh, come on me. Alright. This is not post-commentary, just so you know. I'm just going a little fast here. You can pause. You can read it if you pause. I'm only letting things linger long enough. Can you tell I'm not exactly new on this? Do not let those trolls hit you, seriously. But yeah, your commands are for each transformation come for the triggers. Left and right trigger each have separate commands, and you do both for bigger commands. Which can be a pain in the ass. More on that in a bit. But here are our main enemies of the game, the trolls. And yeah, I know, they look like orcs. A lot like orcs. They look so much like orcs that you might say this is Warcraft Lite before it went MMO. Oh yeah, the life expectancy of these things is high indeed. You're gonna learn exactly how. Okay, yeah, I skipped through that. These guys are pretty much cannon fodder. For this, they go through rather quickly. Killing enemies earns you multipliers. For each kill, you get a carnage, which earns you a certain amount of points. Ramp for frenzy, that comes from dealing multiple enemies in a row without getting within a certain time frame, and do not hit those spikes. You can knock enemies into those spikes. In fact, that helps you earn the most valuable multiplier in this game, the Brutal command. And yeah, you can actually kill these dragons if you manage to hit them. They go down really easy. It's really hard to do, as you'll see really quickly. But it is doable. And in the meantime, trolls are showing. Let me show you the best thing you can do with these trolls right here. You can grab them. And they get clipped on your back. You can hold up to 3. And then you can throw them into the eternal abyss. Maybe kill a dragon with them. And see right there? Brutal, Carnage, Frenzy all at once. For high, you don't need high multiplier. You don't need a high amount of points in this game to actually complete it. That's not necessary at all. But it helps you unlock certain things in areas in another part of the game later on. So you might want to rank up as many Carnages and Brutals as you can. Unfortunately, you lose one multiplier every time you're hit. And no, I don't mean you just lose one Carnage or one Frenzy. When you're hit, you lose one Brutal, one Carnage, and one Frenzy at the same time. It sucks. Yeah, it's the battle bonuses, as you can see there. As you can plainly see, each elemental warrior has its own abilities, its own things it can do. In the case of Mage Age of Ruin here, he has a rather special ability that I'm actually quite fond of. Like Chilla, he can grab enemies. He just has to roll into them thanks to his spikes. But he has another specialty too. He can access half pipes. Oh no, that's not really his best ability, but oh, stuff on my screen. Yeah, that's actually a nice little touch there. Although it questions the fourth wall quite a bit. Major Ruin is basically our living boulder. Oh, look at this. This guy's taking shelter under a shell. Well, it's time to... am I gonna get moving anytime soon? What am I doing here? I actually forgot what I was doing here. Yeah, Chill is actually... There we are. There we are. We need Pummelweed for this one. An apt name because he's a boxer. Yeah. And you can... When you're not using these guys like homemade spears, you can also use them as clubs to do damage to the enemies. It's really helpful. Ooh. Ow. Switch modes. There we are. Because Major Ruin's the only element where you have right now that can't catch fire. He resists fire. And that's not how you normally fling trolls off of your back like that. I forget during this run, but you can actually use the Cyclone ability of Major Ruin there. And look at that, he defied gravity. For some reason, he can do a better homing. He can do a more precise homing attack than Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic 06. There we are. This isn't really my best run. I did a practice run after the fact that ended up getting me a higher score in multiplayer. I can discuss those things unlock later, but yeah. For Major Ruin, you can bash into them. You can do a short hop to gain altitude, and then you can use Cyclone to jettison anything you don't like. Yeah, there are enemies. I really shouldn't have dropped like that. You can jettison enemies that are stuck to Major Ruin using the Cyclone ability, and if you're really good about it, or really lucky, in my honest opinion, you can pretty much sling things off into clips, into the abyss, and get brutal that way. However, it's not the most efficient method for doing so. Let's see, we need to get into this pipe here. And whee! Yeah, Major Ruin's basic ability is all about movement. He can rush into things, and you can use a hop ability to get much needed altitude. Oddly enough, he stops in midair when you hold the rush button. I'm gonna get rid of this guy real quick, as soon as I stop falling down into the abyss. Let's see. Normally, you don't want to do this because this guy can help you get you caught in fire, costing you multipliers by the second. But if you're really quick about it, you can actually toss him before you actually do catch you on fire. In relation to Kameo, she's basically movement. She has the aside from Major Ruin, who has hop, she's the only one creature you command who actually has the ability to jump. And yeah, there we are. Roll trolls, or as I like to call them, cannon fodder. As you can see here, they are quite literally cannon fodder. Unfortunately, their little roll shells there actually keep them from getting hurt by most of your abilities. So there's only one thing you can really do: knock them all over the place. No, I missed. Come on, come on. Yeah. Oh. Come on, I can do this. I've done this before, and yeah, that's for much later. But for that little note there, I didn't read it at the time, but let's get this guy. Screwball, center pocket. Yes! It's the only way you're going to take him out, is if I knock him into this fiery pit, or by knocking him over the edge. And they will attack you, if you give them enough of an opening. And, yep. You're really good about it. You can get... Oh, yeah, he attacked me and I lost the bonus. Ugh. Holding on to bonuses is really difficult. It's not necessary for completing the level, as I said before, but, yeah. Breaking boxes will get you the health back again. You can see the health bar in the upper left screen. And earning hearts will restore a small amount of it. There will be other methods for replenishing health later. I'm overusing the roller quite a bit here because, yep, I just depleted the spirit bar, and it's going to take a while to refill on its own because of that. So for the... Oh, there we are. So here's the question. You notice that some of these guys I'm controlling were in the title screen. Ah, he made it to the other side. Damn it, this is not Tony Hawk. I need you in that pit. I just lost my train of thought there. Anyway, you can break boxes to restore health. Restore health, or sometimes earn runes, which you'll touch on later. Okay, yeah. Currently, the road is now clear. Now we need Chilla. We can't, however, as I'm about to demonstrate here, take out these guys, these trolls. We can hit them. Well, for whatever reason, they're immune to death. Don't let that be an omen of yet to come, because you can actually destroy these guys later. I don't know why it's not working here. Maybe they had short a bit of plot armor, which is a weird thing to give a mook like that. Oh yeah, I remember. So you saw these three warriors at the title screen, and you saw many more of them. We'll be seeing them later because we just don't have them right now. Tumbleweed, I realize I didn't talk about him much. He is basically a boxing weed. Yeah, pretty self-explanatory there, isn't it? But he has the also ability of Creeper, which allows him to get under small areas that are normally difficult to be trespassed by other warriors. And yep, there we are. I love this. Nothing more satisfying than sending your enemy, making your enemies open the way for you. I was way too close there. You can deliver combos with this guy just because you're using the left jab and the right jab. And whammo! Talk about FaceTime. The creeper ability lends itself to other methods of dealing damage. However, Pummleweed is not capable of utilizing it at the moment. Let's just take this guy before it gets annoying. Get out of here. And I really should have done something about those bugs. Ugh. Kameo has one method of self-defense, fortunately, although it's too close that time. It's the flip kick. It's good for giving yourself some distance when using the transformations, but it should never be your main method of dealing damage. The elemental warriors are just so much more effective in doing that. Oh, no, no. Oh, I was too close. This is actually a post-commentary, but I remember not realizing that there was going to be an explosion there. And let me show you a neat little mechanic. See those chandeliers? Well, you don't really need to drop all of them now, but... well, that far one you definitely need to, because... wait for it. Yeah, we killed something with that. And that'll open the way much easier later. Kameo's split kick is effective to an extent. It's just that it's not very combo-esque, and combo-esque when you're trying to do damage. Chilla's abilities. I just realized I hadn't touched on those quite fully. Oh, steel crates. Can't break those. Whee! Come here. Come here. I'm gonna scare you. I'm gonna scare you. Oh, no. Killed him. No. Watch out, because here we got some... We're playing some Donkey Kong with these bombs here. Oh, I got hit. And there's the reason. See, you can kill these guys. The cannon explodes when you do so, but if you're in the right position, you won't take damage from it. Chilla's abilities include if you don't have trolls on Clubba's back, then you can actually use an ice spike to open these things, and it's also a good way of dealing damage. You saw that earlier, twice over. Yeah, I'm stuttering quite a bit here. Yeah, this happens a lot. You gotta take out all the trolls to get by here. And this area produces a lot of trolls. A lot of trolls. Fortunately, it's a good way of getting into here, the warrior focus. Basically, this game's bullet time. This game is a product of its era, after all. If you remember the Matrix. But it does have its own, has an added feature later than just slowing things down. Another form of a necessary point modifier, and look at that spittle fly. Look at that spittle fly. It's disgusting, but it shows it's a really nice effect. As I said before, we can't break steel boxes. We can knock over those flaming barrels, though. It gives you the opening to deal damage from. Let's get rid of this guy, because we don't need this guy's flaming crap here. His main damage of attack is bombing you, oddly enough. Weird for a little miniature fire troll. Oh, we need Pummleweed because he's the only one who can flip these things over when they're not moving. That's why you should be careful about using Creeper. If you hold a direction when trying to use Creeper, you will do a double forward punch, which will really mess you up. I promise you that. But at least with Creeper, you can uppercut and really send some enemies flying. Nope. Get out of here. Oh, did you just see that? That thing didn't just fall in. It disappeared. How the heck did that happen? Oh, there we are. They're all dead. They're all dead now. We have a way forward now. I think that some enemies still continue to appear just here after this. I might be wrong on that one. It may not matter because we're about to show a unique little thing called transformation comboing, because we're not going, because we need to do a mid-air transition here. Because curse you, Chugacon, right? Only Chilla here can climb. I really shouldn't have just done that. But only Major Rune has the momentum to use ramps. And we'll be using a fair bit of this transition thing later, and wow. You can really see the life expectancy of these trolls here if they're falling around on like that. But we're almost at the end here, honestly, of this open stage. Oh, I think he died. A number of Chilla's abilities, I keep forgetting his name, is that he can actually call down an ice storm, which is basically falling icicles from who knows where. As it comes later in the lore of this game, these elemental warriors actually had roles to play in nature in certain areas. I forget what Chilla's, what the ones of the elemental warriors here were, but I'll bring that up later as soon as I've had a little bit more time to research. I'll have to make some notes. But here we have a boss, and yeah, the reason why I'm backing off is because I'm trying to position myself up for this guy here. He is by far the biggest troll you'll ever see, and I just made him my total bitch. A little bit of trivia here. I didn't know I could do that until until I began test playing this game. Now, I just fought him legitimately, which involved trying to stun him with Chilla's spikes and then following up with Pummelweed. Not as effective as you might think, but I did do damage. The chandelier is much easier. Oh, this is interesting. Yeah, I'm talking here because there's no dialogue in there. But yeah, here is Cameo's sister, and she's doing stuff to her Cameo's family, to their family, really. For whatever reason, the mother's left alone, and we learn why you should always take a good look around the room. At times like this, there's only one thing I can actually say. Bitch slap! Oh snap! Yeah, he totally just bitch snapped the Elemental Warriors out of Kameo. That big troll there, that was Thorn. He's the leader. And, he won't get any dialogue to the end game, but he's certainly very good at what he does, since he was the one who caught us off guard. That's what we get for thinking a leg is a pillar.